Oh, there we go. It's even speaking to me now. Okay, who's got a Art Explorer rule for me? Oh, look at Logan and Valeria. One at a time. Go for it. Valeria. Yep, got to turn your mic on.
Try your best to forget the rest.
That's a great one.
I just drill.
Yep. No stressing out today. Definitely no stressing out. Just try your best. That's all anyone can ever ask for. Oh, looks like Avery's having some problems coming in and out, so I'll keep an eye on her. Logan, yes, what do you got?
Have fun.
Have fun. We got to make the last day fun, don't you think? Let's definitely do that. All right. We got two of them. Who's got another one for me?
Mrs. Kenny.
Yes, Valeria.
My dad dropped off the packet, but turns out that my paper wasn't in there. He put the wrong paper in there. So Mrs. Gawky's going to draw me one.
Oh, Mrs. Gawky rocks. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, it takes a village to get through some of these lessons. So thank you. That's awesome. Avery, you're back on. Don't worry. I see you. You're back on. Yay. Okay, so we said try your best and forget the rest. Have fun. Who's got the other two? Other two we need. Lucy, you gonna give me one?
No right or wrong way to be an artist.
No right or wrong way to be an artist. You are all artists. Anyone who creates art is an artist, and it certainly is no official right way. I'm just here to give you some coaching and help you notice some things. And Logan, did you have something else?
Notice and observe.
Thank you so much. You are an awesome noticer. So that is perfect for you to mention that one, because I really notice how you are noticing and observing how things are shaped and how big they are and all those good things. So that's awesome. Great. So we're just gonna jump right in. Let me go ahead and share my screen. I'm gonna pull up the PowerPoint we looked at last week. Everybody can see that? Hopefully. Great. Let's see, is Avery on with us?
Be careful.
Yes.
It's so pretty.
Thank you. Just to remind you, right? So these were the tulips that we did last week. We had the 3-petal version and either a 4 or 5-petal version. Notice how this tulip has 2 different colors in it. I'm going to suggest we do pink and white today, and I'll show you how to paint those. But just wanted to remind you of that. And then, of course, we've already drawn our daffodils. And I want you to notice and observe how the tube, the trumpet part, is a much brighter yellow, kind of a school bus yellow. And then the petals are more this lemony light yellow color. And there's a good watercolor painting example of how those daffodils are done darker where the tube is.
Ooh, so pretty.
So the next one we're going to draw, we're talking of all the flowers that we're going to do now is what it called filler flowers. It's to make your bouquet much more full and fill in some of those empty spaces that we have. So this one is what I call the heart petal. Can you notice and observe how each one of these petals looks like a heart? Now, maybe it's not as exaggerated. Maybe it doesn't have the same indent. This is the same petal really as this one. The only difference is the indent for the heart is not as exaggerated. It doesn't go down as much, but both of these are the same shapes, just done slightly differently. This flower here has a big center and stamen with all these little things coming out of the center. You can do this if you want. You don't have to if you don't like it. It also has some lines in there to tell the viewer that this is more curved, that the petals have a curve to them. Whereas this one is completely flat. So the same thing, just done a little bit differently. This one is also done the same way. This is a hibiscus, 5 different petals. Not much of an exaggeration on the heart shape, but if you want, you could put this long stamen shape in here, this long narrow tube shape. It almost looks like a Q-tip if I had to describe it. That's a way to do it. And then this is painted the same way that we're going to do the tulips, where we're going to do wet on these petals, and we're going to put the color right here, a dot of color right here, and then we're going to spread the water out. You're going to get this blendy effect with watercolors. And just so I can show you, Lucy, are you looking? That all these 5 are done exactly the same way. Here's another version. These might look different to you, but they're 5 petaled, and instead of with the indent going in like a heart, they go out, almost like a thorn, but otherwise exactly the same. And you could put some petals tucked underneath if you want. So there's dozens and dozens of ways to do these 5 petal, what I'm calling heart flowers. So we are going to try that right now. I'm going to stop my sharing.
If you're wondering what I'm doing, my mom brought me in some newspaper because she doesn't want it being all over my desk. So.
Oh, well, thank you to your mom. That was a good choice because we are using water and sometimes it bleeds through the paper. So that was a good choice. Thank your mom for that. Okay, so we're going to do that heart petal one. You're going to start on your practice piece of paper. It could be the same one if you have the ones we did last week with the daffodils, or a new piece of paper. It's just scratch. It can be computer paper, whatever you have, doesn't even matter. And Lily, are you ready?
Yeah.
What we're going to do is the first petal is a heart. And it's got a little line in the middle. And then you can decide, depending upon how big you're making these petals, whether it's going to be 4 or 5 petals. It's completely up to you as an artist. So you guys can go ahead. I'm going to go and draw mine as well. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to have 4 major petals, and the 5th one is going to get tucked in underneath. So go ahead and give it a try.
Okay, so
there we go. This is on your practice paper. Yep.
Pencil. Okay, so like a little circle for the middle.
Yep, I put the circle in last. I put all my heart points touching each other first, and then I fill it in with it's almost scribble scrabble circle. Because it's kind of puffy. It's kind of 3D, so.
It is 3D.
Yeah. And so as you see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 petals, and then my 5th one is kind of tucked in there. You're the artist. You get to decide how you're making the flower. Love your observations, Logan. Beautiful. Yeah, you got the right idea. Nice, Lily. Very good, Avery. Yep, you got it, Sosie. Yep. And whenever you're ready, Lucy, just take a peek. Did you show me? Are you doing it again? All right, so since you got the right idea, now we get to decide where we're going to draw that on your actual composition, on your actual big piece of watering can paper. I'm going to put mine tucked right above the can. I'm purposely going to have it overlap the can. Remember how we talked about it's always good to have flowers overlapping each other, and part of it's going to go over my tulip leaf. So that's where I'm putting mine. And you can decide how big you want to make yours. Mine is about medium. It's a tiny bit smaller than my tulips are. It's about medium size. Oh, Valeria, beautiful.
Okay.
And Valeria, if you want it, you could make yours only 4 leaves. It doesn't have to be 5. There's so many different kinds of these little petal flowers. So you decide it's about medium size. Where are you going to put it in your watering can composition?
I picked my spot.
You got your spot? Go ahead and draw it out.
Okay.
And make sure you overlap somewhere. Overlap the can, overlap the tulip leaf, wherever you want to put it.
You need to overlap it.
Yes, I highly recommend that. I'm encouraging you to do that because that's what's going to make it look more realistic. And that's what we're going for. We're going for a little bit more realistic than just pretend. How are y'all feeling? Here's mine.
Great. Good.
Oh, I love hearing that. Good. I heard greats and goods.
Does this look good?
Yeah, I'd go ahead and go all the way over that tulip leaf, Lily.
All the way?
Yeah, or you can make the tulip leaf a little wider if you wanted, because it's a tiny bit narrow right there. See how mine's a little bit wider than yours is. Okay, I'm looking at Lucy. Where's yours, Luce? Where's the flower you just drew? I didn't see it.
I don't really want to put that flower.
Oh, okay, you don't want to put it in? Okay.
Yeah, because I really like the daffodils.
I remember that. I do remember that.
Not the daffodils, the first flower we
The
did.
tulip. Uh-huh.
Yeah, the tulip. And then I want to add something else.
Oh, you remember you like the little tiny ones, the little tiny blue.
Yeah, the little tiny.
You remember that from last week. Yeah.
Can I outline my
No, the answer to that is no. We're not using Sharpie until after we paint the entire thing. I only did mine. I only did mine in Sharpie so you could see it. So one thing that's cool about watercolors is it looks more natural if you don't put the Sharpie lines in. So the Sharpie will be the last thing that you do. In fact, we're going to go and erase some of the weight, some of the heaviness of these pencil lines so we don't see them. Watercolors look more real if you don't see the lines.
Mrs.
Yes,
Penny,
Valeria? Yes.
can we draw 2 flowers?
2 of those 5 petal ones? Yeah, sure. Those heart ones? Absolutely. If you've got space, fill it in. This is a great filler flower.
Mrs. Penny,
Yes, Avery.
I have no room for another one of those flowers.
Your bouquet is already filled. Can I see yours? Let me see if we can find a place for them. It's really pretty. I have a space for the next flower that you can put in right above your tulip, near the handle. Nope, near the handle. Yep, right in that space. That'll be the next flower. Don't do anything yet, though. Oh, yeah, Lily. Yeah, looks good. Sosie, how are you doing?
Good. I'm just doing my second flower.
Okay.
I need help drawing the flower. I think I'm just going to do one because I want to save this.
Sure. Oh, that looks great. Nice. So, Sosie, I want you to think about where you're going to start overlapping, because I notice your stems are kind of floating independently right now. So the next flower that we do, I want you to see if you can find a way to put it in front of the stems. Does that make sense?
I don't
So
know.
let me show you what I mean.
When you start to worry about being exact.
Yeah,
So can you see? You barely see any of my stems. So I have the next one we're going to do, this kind of like pom-pom looking one, is coming in front of the tulip, and here too. It's great to fill in so you don't notice the stems as much. That's what we're going to do next. This will be perfect timing. How's everybody feeling?
Great.
Great. Oh, goody, 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 goody. Are we ready to share the next one? Oh, Logan, I'm loving it.
I think I might bring the top of my water can. Well, never mind.
The flower isn't usually always perfect.
No, I'm so glad you said that, Charlie. Flowers are often not perfect. Mother Nature is not perfect. She's got a lot of ripples. Sometimes there's brown spots. Sometimes there's tears. A lot of times things are not perfect in nature. So I'm glad you mentioned that. All right, we are going to go look at the next set of flowers.
This is Kenny.
Yes, Valeria.
Can I see yours really quickly?
Sure. Is there something in particular you want to notice?
I didn't have enough time to draw I don't know what it's called,
We'll
the
come back
pollen
to it.
inside
The
it.
pollen inside? We'll come back to it. We'll come back.
Okay. So were you talking about this in here you wanted to draw, Valeria?
What?
Were you talking about
Yeah,
drawing?
like that, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't have enough time to draw
All
that.
right. They're just little sticks with little dots on the top is really all they are. And then there was this guy, the hibiscus that has the long column and kind of like a fuzzy Q-tip on it.
Are we gonna do
The hibiscus.
All right, next. Next, if we look at the one we were kind of using as our sample, I then went and magnified these blue flowers. So you could notice and observe how these little blue flowers are done. It is a 5-petal, or you can make it a 4-petal. I found it easier to do 4 petals. 4 or 5 petals, and all they are just little loops that connect to the center. Just little, they almost look like teardrops, but they're tiny, and there's a whole bunch of them together, and then they're kind of floating. So Avi, can you notice how the stem on this long one has a flower in front of it? Can you see that? So the way we're going to draw this is we're going to put a whole bunch together. And then if you have some blank space, we're either going to fill it in with little tiny sticks or some leaves. So this is what we're going to go for next. And they make great fillers. Look at this guy over here in front of the can. So these are perfect. If you want to hide some of those stems, you see there's too many stems showing. This is a perfect one to do. You can also put some longer ones up here. And then just so you know where we're headed, the last one we're going to do is this one right here, this kind of yellow pom-pom one, which is good for putting in some height in your bouquet. But this is where we're going to go.
Some green things with it.
So let me...
Miss Kenny, aren't those blue flowers and those yellow flowers, aren't those like separate? You just do them with the watercolor?
Let me show you what we're going to do. Good question. I know we talked about that last week, Lucy. Let me show you. We're going to do them in practice first, but there's a question. Yes, Valeria. Valeria?
Wait, are the little blue flowers, are they hydrangeas?
They can kind of be like a hydrangea. Yeah, you know what that is, right? That's awesome.
Yeah, we have them in our backyard.
Oh, yeah.
They don't really, they grow a lot during summer and spring.
Yeah, you're right. They're just coming into bloom right now, actually. So we're using the practice paper again. We're just going to do a real quick one. And can you see they're just tiny little flowers right next to each other, but you're going to put them in kind of in this ball shape. I'm going to call it a pom-pom. So all of them add up. And as I said, they can be 4 or 3 petals, and they're just kind of loop to loops. I do it super fast. If they're messy, it's fine because we're going to go and fill them in with paint. In fact, you don't even have to put all the drawing in on your watering can. You can do it with paint when we go and fill it in. So let me show you what I mean. I'm very fast. Look at how fast I'm going. They do not need to be perfect. In fact, if they're a little sloppy, it kind of looks cool. Yeah. Yep, that's it. Yep, and then maybe the petals could be a tiny bit rounder, Valeria, but you're on the right track.
The petals a tiny bit rounder?
No, it's up to you. You know, this is your art. That's just...
Oh, I just couldn't hear you.
Okay, yeah. And then you're going to put some little green leaves kind of poking around the outside, wherever you've got space. And of course you need a stem, and the stem is very thin, super thin stem.
Are these good?
Yeah, and then so Lily, what you could do is you could put little leaves in between, like you're gonna paint little green leaves, some popping out the edge, and some just filling in some of those spaces. You could have maybe only 2 petals showing because they're tucked underneath the flowers that are in the front. Hold on, Logan, let me see yours again. Yeah, that looks beautiful. That's a different kind of flower. It looks pretty. You could do that. Ours are, look at mine. Can you see mine? Mine are really close. In fact, in some places they're actually touching, and in some places they're actually tucked underneath each other. So
I
you just fill it in a little bit more.
This is mine.
You're on the right track. That's it.
Got a little piece.
Absolutely it, Valeria. See how your mom's doing it, Logan? Cool, good. Thanks for helping out. Ooh, that looks great. Whose is that on the bottom? Whose is that? Is that Avery? Avery, awesome job.
Hey, look, there's actually one petal on each.
Nice. Now, yep, you guys got it. Now, go ahead and put it on your watering can wherever you like. I highly recommend down in the bottom where your stems are. Great way to cover up the stem and show overlapping.
That's okay. Can I do them straight from the watercolor? And
What I would like, Luce, is you
like,
put
I
maybe-
wanted to do them like pretty tiny.
Go ahead and put like 3 or 4 in so you know where you're going to paint it, Lucy. You do not-
Okay.
you don't need to
Yes.
draw them all in if you don't want to.
Are we on the piece of paper now?
It's gonna be
We're on
perfect
the
for
watering can now.
Okay.
I'll put mine in on my watering can.
I'm gonna draw a little right here. This one?
And it's okay to go over it. See,
No, it
you
has to
kinda
be really small.
cram it in.
So, like. Mrs. Penny,
Yes.
wait, can you do flowers that like are circles, like kind of like this? Can you do flowers like this?
Looks great, Sosie. I'm watching.
Can you do flowers like this?
Let me see.
This kind of flower, it's in the bottom corner. Right there.
Sure, if you want to. Sure. So you want to like have like a pom-pom or like maybe a yellow dot in the middle? Sure, you can do that.
Yeah,
Whoa, that looks so good, Avery.
to do it.
Really nice.
Mhm.
Yep, Lily, you're on the right track. Now this is a great chance for you to overlap that leaf even more. Go ahead and put more petals in front of that tulip leaf.
Well, maybe a little bit.
Now I'm not going to
Okay.
fill mine in all the way because I know I'm going to be painting a lot more.
So I can fit some like overlapping flowers.
But you want to do those little flowers over here like she did, right? That's like, yeah.
Yep, they're little sweet flowers. And in fact, I have a real piece. If you want to see this flower, I have a real flower with the tiniest. Let me put it right there. Look at how tiny those little blossoms are. They're super small.
And then you put little leaves in the middle. She said. So small.
Aren't they tiny?
That's such a pretty flower.
It's almost like, if you know what baby's breath is, it happens to be pink, like a lavender, but it does have little tiny branches coming off of it. So this is a little bit closer to what the last one is. We're gonna practice. Yeah, looks great, Lily. I probably put some more. Lily, put some more over the handle. Like make it a little.
Over the handle?
Let me like just make it a little rounder, I guess is what I'm saying. Right now it's a little oval shape. See, make it a little wide.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. I
This
think
is kind
some
of like
people are
this.
still
I still
drawing,
have
huh?
to keep drawing them, but like this.
Nice. Yeah.
Like covering this one.
Oh yeah, Sosie.
Down there.
Looking good. Looking good. All right, then we got one more. Just again, it's a filler flower is what I call it. It just helps make your bouquet look full. And it is this yellow pom-pom one. So you can see
Easy to draw, kind of.
these are great in the back at the top because it helps make your bouquet taller. Helps fill in more space. Yeah, it looks good, Lily. Yep. So can everybody see how this one has almost has a center stem, but it's tall. Look at how it's much taller than anything else in the bouquet. It helps give the bouquet, they call it height, giving it some height, like it's taller. And all we're gonna do is we're just gonna make these squiggly, they look like cotton balls, little squiggly circles, and some go in front of the stem. So first we're gonna do the circles, and they're big, medium, and small. And then we'll go back and we'll connect them with this, with a pencil mark. Super easy. So let's go do that. I'm gonna get my practice piece of paper. Try it on there first.
This is a 9 button.
We worked on it together, didn't we?
Yeah.
So first I'm gonna draw these little pom-pom things.
Can I have a
And they're all gonna float. I'll show you what I mean in just a second. They can be rounder, they can be more like a Q-tip. Completely up to you.
picture? That's because I want to do it.
So here's my pom-poms, and they're spread out a little bit.
Oh.
So now, after I get my pom-poms in place, I'm gonna connect them. But there's always gonna be a pom-pom in front of the stem. The stem is gonna break, the pom-pom's gonna break the stem. So you can't see it as one continuous line. Let me go and draw it in so you know what I'm talking about. And you can have as many of these or as little of these. You can have 2 coming off, a sub-stem. You can put them wherever you like that. So this is great somewhere in the background to make your composition taller. Luce, you gonna put one of these in to make your composition taller?
Well,
Yeah, Sosie, looks good. Go ahead and put a couple, like another branch. I think you could use another one right above that tulip. Just make it go sideways a little bit, but you're on the right
I
track.
just put
Beautiful.
really bad drawings of the small flowers, and then I'm gonna erase them, and then I'm gonna make them look good with like the painting. But see, like I just put them like the places where I wanted them to go.
Okay.
They're really crappy, but I'm gonna look good with the watercolor.
Okay.
And then
Try not to be hard on yourself.
those ones. Can you see the line? Right. I can't fit one of them,
Yep.
but I really like how it looks.
Okay. Avery, you got everything. The only thing you need in yours, Avery,
I'm gonna
are the
need it.
ones right in front of the stem to help block out so the stem is not one continuous line. That's the only thing you need to add in yours. Maybe 3. Who else would like to show me? Anybody else?
Yes.
Sosie, let me look at yours for a sec. Beautiful. So one suggestion on yours. Can you show me one more time? You have empty space. Let's see if I can kind of point it out on mine. You have a fairly large space between one of your tulip leaves and your tulip. I feel like you need something right in there.
Okay.
It could even be another daffodil if you want. You probably could fit a smaller daffodil in there. That's it, Avery. Awesome. Go find a space on your watering can for that. Elise, that's so pretty. Look at that. Did you just do that now?
Yeah.
Whoa, love it. Nice job. Okay, who else wants to show me the watering can? So what I'm looking for now is how to flush it out, we call it. Fill up that watering can with all those gorgeous flowers. If you're ready, let me know.
Making them overlap.
Love it, because in real life, that's what they're doing. That also helps communicate that this is something that's 3D. This is not flat.
Pretty good, actually. Can I do like more of them in my can?
Sure, you can. This is yours. If you want to put them in some places and fill them in, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep, that's why you call them filler flowers. If you find an empty space, where do you think of putting it in? Where do you think you want to put more? Show me. Where would you like to put some more?
Like one over here or
Oh, sure.
something?
Yep. And then this is a perfect time to tell everybody, lift your head for a second. Lift your head for a second. This is a perfect time to erase the lines around the perimeter because we don't need them anymore. So if you want something taller than that line that I put in for you, you can take that out. Okay. So go ahead and erase that perimeter line, the frame line.
Okay. Is this good?
Amazing. Lily, if you wanted, you could put some kind of filler flower. Let me see yours again. You could put some kind of filler flower underneath your tulip leaf. Right here. If you want it, you could probably fit something above your flower head. I bet you could fit something in here that would look really pretty. If you want it.
Yeah. So like maybe I could do the same heart leaf right there.
Sure, that would be great.
Hi. It's upstairs.
I dropped something. I gotta go get it. Where are you? How's everybody feeling about their watering can with their flower bouquet?
Great. Amazing.
Amazing. Oh my goodness, I'm getting even more excited. That's great. Yay.
So let's actually look amazing.
Awesome. Yeah. Oh yeah, that looks great, Lil. Now if you want, you could maybe show a little stem on that heart flower.
Oh yeah, I did.
Okay, good. Yes, Logan.
Are we gonna put these in frames?
That is up to your mom. I'm hoping that she will, because
Yeah, my mom will.
they're so beautiful. I can't wait till we get some color on them. Oh yeah, Avery looks wonderful.
I'm gonna put like some green leaves.
Perfect. Perfect. In fact, that's what a real florist would do. The last step the florist does is she puts in extra leaves. Sometimes she puts in a stick. Yep, they fill it in with all kinds of shapes. That's exactly what a real florist would do with a bouquet. So an artist can do the same exact thing. Nice.
We can start painting.
Soon. I still see some drawers going on. I see Valeria still doing a little drawing.
I'm all done though, and I really want to start.
Okay, so those people who wait,
painting.
show me if you're waiting for the next step. Give me a hand so I know who's ready for the next step. Okay, I see Sosie, thanks. Avery's ready, Lily's ready. Yep, Lucy, I think you're ready. Okay, and Logan's ready. Perfect. Okay, so remember I said that watercolor painting looks better when you cannot see the pencil lines. So before we do anything, I want you to go over your composition and lighten your lines. Just go through the whole thing with your eraser and pick up some of the pencil marks. You as an artist is the only person who needs to see it now. I don't need to see them on camera. Only you need to know where they are. So you still want to see them because you need to know where you're gonna paint, right? You're just gonna lightly take your eraser and rub off some of those pencil lines.
Mrs. Penny,
Yes, Valeria.
I don't really need to erase anything. It's not. I drew it lightly, really
Perfect.
lightly, so I don't
Perfect.
need to erase anything.
All right, then you're in good
Wait,
shape.
can I show you mine?
Sure.
This is mine.
Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, yeah. Nice composition. Great. So, yep, we're just trying to get off some of the pencil lines because ultimately you don't want to see them once your paint is on there. And we already talked about erasing the frame line, so hopefully you've done that too.
I'm not gonna erase frames. I'm gonna erase.
Oh, yeah. So is your pencil lines a little lighter there, Avery?
A lot because I'm erasing mine a lot because I actually made a picture for somebody. Where did that go? I made a picture and oh, it's right here. And I used pencil line and I forgot to erase it,
Oh, that's pretty.
so you can see it.
Oh, yeah. So you know exactly what we're talking about, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
it just looks a little nicer without the pencil lines. Yeah.
yeah.
I've learned.
And I used your technique for the daffodils or no. Oh, I get them so mixed up.
Those are tulips. Tulips. with the
Tulips.
tulips.
Okay.
Painting? Can I
No,
start
not yet.
painting?
No, do not start painting. Avery, I think you can go maybe a little lighter on yours because yours looks a little dark still. So see if you can take a little bit of your eraser a little bit more on your pencil lines.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna get set up for painting.
Me too.
Good idea. So this is a good time to bring your water over. And I'm gonna put some books here so you can see.
I use this one. It's really good. Pencils, as well, except the colors.
All right, so don't need that anymore. Oh, before we go to painting, there is one more thing I need to tell you. We need in light pencil to mark the shine marks because we don't want any paint in there. There's a shine mark on the arm, skinny shine mark, and this is very, very light pencil. The only purpose is for you to try not to put any paint in there and keep it white. Oh, it looks like I'm freezing. Am I freezing? So the only purpose is so that you don't put any paint on there, on that shine line. We're gonna try to keep it white. So very light going up the edge, and it's kind of, you know, little narrow, almost looks like a needle. And there's another shine mark coming down the side. Do you see where this one is? You're gonna put one right in here on the handle side. And it's very thin. It's just the same thing. We put it in there to tell the painter, try to leave it white. Try not to put any color in there. In fact, when we go, we're gonna do a wet on wet technique. We're not even gonna put water on that skinny line, if you can. Sometimes it's
What are you
easier
doing?
anyway.
I have one really big question.
What's your really big question?
Are we putting any Sharpie on this paper?
Only at the end after it's painted. And the only place I think you really need it is in the daffodil. But that's personal choice. And then we're putting another shine mark on the handle. On the handle. It's kind of wide and then it comes down. So those are the 3 points that light is hitting this shiny surface. The handle, down, up, going up and down on near the handle on the basin where the water's held, and the arm.
Okay, I got everything.
Got them? Good.
Now should we start painting?
Not yet. I have an order. You got it, Avery. Yep. Nice job. And a little bit on the handle. Yeah, well done. Okay. How's everybody else feeling? You got it, Logan?
Good.
Good?
Amazing.
Great. All right.
Come on, you're frozen.
I'm frozen. I know. My connection's only so today. All right. So let me get a little organized. So I would suggest the same thing. We no longer need the pencils, the plastic, the practice piece of paper. Always good to try to create a artist environment that isn't cluttered. I think that might work. That would be even better. There we go. That's gonna work. Okay. We are gonna start with the pink tulips. So if you have magenta or some kind of purpley pink, that's the best choice. I know several people have the same palette
make
I
one.
do.
Penny, what should I use? Because I don't have the same paint palette as you.
I know you do, and so does, I think, Logan, you have this too? Somebody else I think has this. No, maybe it's just Yep, so Lucy, the magenta is the third in, not the brown, not the reddish orange, but the third one in is the magenta.
Oh,
And-
I think you may have a different one than.
oh, maybe yours.
I
is
don't
different.
have magenta.
Do you
I
have
have to
a,
make.
do you have
I
a,
have to make magenta.
do you have two reds? Lucy, do you have two reds?
I have well, I have a orange. I have a red, an orange, 2 yellows, 1 black, 2 browns. More like different shades of brown and
How do you
red
make
and
magenta?
green.
That's gonna work, Sosie.
Here, I'll show you.
How do you make magenta?
Magenta is mostly red with a little skitch of blue. It's gonna make a purple. It's a red purple is really what it is, or maybe we should call it a purple red. It's mostly red.
What are we gonna What
Is
are we
there
gonna?
magenta right here?
Oh yeah. Yes, that's
What are we
it.
gonna? do
That's the one.
with magenta?
That's the one. I see Avery has that one. Okay, so first you want to make some paint. Oh, don't forget, dip your paintbrush in the water first. They're thirsty. They have not had any water yet.
Mhm.
They're very thirsty. They're dry. I need a drink. And does everyone have some kind of pinkish, purplish pink? Does everybody have that color?
Yes. Not yet.
No.
I'm gonna
And
make.
did everyone bring a paper towel?
Yes.
No. No.
Yep, we need a paper towel or a cloth, or a cloth, whatever you like. I use both.
Okay, I just want to make my magenta real quick.
Okay.
There we go. That's magenta.
So now that you have a dirty brush,
Might be a little darker, but
Lucy, you got to go and clean it off in the water, and then dry it off and make sure it's clear. Because the very first step is just water, or use a different paintbrush if you have a second paintbrush.
Okay. So
I usually have 3 paintbrushes. I have 2 mediums and a skinny one is usually what I use.
I have all of these.
Oh,
And keep them-
great. Oh my gosh, you're so prepared.
Wait, is magenta like a light purple kind of?
Yeah, it's a more red than purple though. It's a pinkish purple.
That's
Oh,
like
I
a,
have magenta.
that's like a that's like a violet.
Oh, that's beautiful, Valeria. That's gonna work.
Logan, you could use mine if you want.
Aw,
It's just on my hand. Oh, that's so weird. What is that thing?
What is what?
Nice.
I just have to make.
What are we gonna do with this magenta?
I'm so glad you asked. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna demonstrate. So I need everybody's eyes up here. We're gonna do it We're gonna do this one petal at a time. Pick the biggest tulip you have and the biggest petal you have. And you're just gonna take water. This is called wet on wet. You're gonna paint water on the biggest petal you have. So that's what I just did. I don't know if you can see the shininess, but I put water just on this one petal.
Oh shoot!
Only one petal.
What was that, Avery?
Only one petal.
Only one petal, because we're going to do each petal separately. But that's an awesome question. And you might remember those tulips had the brightest pink at the tip. So now that petal is wet, you can see it's wet because it's shiny. It looks different than the rest of the paper. If you don't think it's shiny, you can always put another drop of water. Then we're gonna fill our paintbrush. They actually call that loading up the paintbrush. We're gonna fill the paintbrush with pink. Everybody watch here. Who's watching? I need some eyeballs. Ready, Sosie? And watching, as soon as you put that paintbrush on the tip, it's gonna bleed. It's gonna bleed. So you want it really bright and concentrated at the tip. And then you're just gonna let it slightly come down. If you get too much paint in an area, go ahead and rinse it and just spread. So the water should do most of the job for you so that the bottom is very light. Can you see mine is very light at the bottom? Dark at the tip, light at the bottom. That's what we're going for. See if you can try that. If you have too much water, yep, so make sure there's water on the bottom, Avery. If there's too much water, like you notice it's rolling around in your paper, all you gotta do is take your napkin and hop it right on there. You wanna watch me? Eyes up, everybody. Eyes up, thank you, Avery. Ready, Valeria? Ready? So if it's too bright at the bottom or too much water, just dab it with your paper towel. Look at how much of that paint I took up. And now I have a lot, I have almost a white bottom. I have a very light pink bottom.
Like that.
And then go ahead and dab it with the paper towel if it gets too bright. Does that make sense, Sosie?
Yes.
Good. Avery, how'd you do?
Good.
Now I know this is water, so sometimes it's hard to lift things up because it starts rolling around your paper. Oh yeah, beautiful, Sosie. Yep. Now if you want it to be more gradual, you can just bring the stroke down and see if you can get a little bit more of a graduated look.
Like this? Graduated.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yep. It's almost no white on the bottom. I mean, no pink on the bottom. Yep.
Like that?
Graduation.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we're going to do the same thing with every single petal. So you're going to wet it first. Wet the petal first. Try not to touch the first petal if you can. Try not to get water on it. Sometimes it's hard.
And if you do?
It bleeds, that's all. It just runs into the next one.
I think we're just.
And then just put a little dot in. I'm going to dot my second one.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to redo my first one because I just said.
Your water.
So if you want to watch, here we go. I'm going to do my second one. Beep.
This one.
It's just a dot. Beep. And it starts to run down. Wherever I put the water, the color's going to run.
But you don't look at the colors yet.
Nah, just make my tulip just all like magenta because mine isn't working.
Well, go ahead and sop up some of the magenta on the bottom. Sop up some of the paint.
Wait, Mrs. Penny.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute, Valeria. Hold on a minute. So the reason why I'm suggesting you do this, Lily, is not only does it look more realistic, but it also helps create that 3D look. So if you have if it's whiter on the bottom, it helps it look more realistic. That's all. Okay. Yes, Valeria, you had something?
Wait, are we moving on to another flower?
So far, I've only painted 3 petals. Did you paint all your petals in the first
Wait,
flower?
are we painting them all the same color?
Yes, it's all, that one flower is pink. magenta.
Da, 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 da.
Remember, if you get too much water on, just go ahead and blot some of it off. How's everyone feeling? Anyone want to show me theirs? Loving it. Yep, looks good. Then we're ready to do the second pink tulip. Both the tulips are pink. Same exact method. Wet on wet. Start with your biggest petal. Paint it water. Drop in pink on the top.
Finish it from down to the bottom, right?
So wait, we're doing them both the same color?
Yes, we are. Both of the tulips are the same color.
Wait, which one? Any tulip?
Second tulip.
Okay.
Same way. Water first, one petal at a time. Drop in the brightest pink on the very tip. And let it bleed.
There we go. There we go. Whoa. You ever just tap it?
Blot it up.
Get some really cool effects.
Okay. I need to get more towels.
Okay.
That was
If you find your pink is too bright, it probably means you need to dunk it in some water to make it lighter. Remember, when you're using watercolors, you want light paint, you add more water.
No, do not throw it away. I want to keep it.
Lucy, how are you
Can I
doing?
do my leaves? The green leaves that I
Not
did.
yet. Next, we're gonna do yellow, but first we're finishing the pink.
Do you want to keep this? Can I color my big green leaves?
Not yet, because there is a method to my madness, I promise. In a little bit, you're gonna be doing some free painting, however you want. But right now, there's some steps I want you to follow. Do you have both your tulips done, Lily?
What?
Do you have both your tulips done?
Yeah.
Same.
So next, if you've done both your tulips, next I need you to clean your paintbrush so it's absolutely clean.
Okay. It's absolutely clean.
Everybody know how to check? You know how to check if it's
My
clean?
work.
Hop, hop, hop. Let's see.
There's no one that goes to this school. What are we doing?
So Avery, you have both your tulips painted?
Yes.
Great. So now everybody's cleaning up their brush, dunking it in the water, hop, hop, hop on paper, make sure there's no color coming off your paintbrush. We are shifting into another color and we don't want them blending. So clean it on the water, hop, hop, hop on paper till the paper is clear.
Perfect.
It's just clear water, no color.
Oh, then let me go change. And then we're gonna.
Yeah, if you got pink water, go ahead and if it's not that bad, don't worry about it because we are gonna have to clean it one more time. So next we're gonna do yellow. If you painted with me before, you know that yellow is one of those colors that takes a lot of color on your paintbrush. And any other color you blend with yellow tends to overpower it. So that's why we're gonna do yellow next. So we're gonna start with the lightest yellow you have. And you might remember in that photograph that all the petals that came off the sides were kind of that lemon yellow. They were the light yellow. So we're gonna paint light yellow petals first, then the tube is dark yellow. Okay?
Okay.
Great. Lemon yellow, the lightest yellow you have in your palette.
So we just start painting or do we put water on it?
You can do the wet on wet if you'd like, or you can just paint right on, whatever you prefer.
Okay.
The wet on wet technique is good if you're looking at blendy colors.
I didn't do the daffodils, remember?
You didn't do daffodils,
Yeah,
but you did a lot of tulips. Did you paint all your tulips?
Yeah.
I need it.
And did you choose the
Could I
same
do
color?
What?
Lucy, did you choose?
Could I
the
do
same color or
the leaf?
different?
Wait, are we painting the daffodils?
Yes, we are.
What are the daffodils again?
Daffodils are this one, the yellow one with the tube in the middle.
Okay, yeah, got it.
Yep. Look at that. You get to learn some names of flowers too. So lemon yellow petals. Remember they're like the rays.
They're
They're the rays.
yellow. Mine did too.
Rays of
Can
sunshine.
I just do the other colors I did?
I shouldn't just put it in my one. No, it's okay, look.
Next, we're going to paint the can, and we need
Wait,
very.
we're not done.
After we do the daffodil, we're going to paint the can, and we need very clean water. So everyone's going to need to go and get fresh water.
Do you paint, if you have 2 daffodils, do you paint to everyone?
Yes, thank you for asking.
Where's Will?
He was too excited playing outside on his second to last day of school. His mother could not get him to come inside.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, so dark yellow.
So lemon yellow petals around the daffodil, and then dark yellow, kind of that golden school bus yellow.
Oh my goodness, that's so weird. I have the perfect yellow.
Yay! Yeah, and I know
Thank you.
Avery and Lucy have the same set I do. That we have school bus yellow.
Mr. Fish is here. What?
Oh, here you are. We're coming.
There you go. Cool.
Yeah,
Perfect.
totally. He's grabbing his stuff.
Thank you.
Perfect.
There we go, there we go. Penny.
Yes. Who's calling
Can
me?
I see yours?
Sure, just
Logan.
a second. I'm putting a layer on right now, but I will be happy to show you. And there you go, Logan. Logan, can you see?
Yeah.
Yep. So can you tell that this is a darker yellow? This is the school bus yellow. Golden. It actually, what makes it that color is it actually has a little orange. Who knows what 2 colors make orange?
Me,
What 2 colors, Logan?
yellow and wait, blue, no, red and yellow.
Red and yellow make orange. So in order to get this golden yellow, it has the tiniest bit of orange, which really means the tiniest bit of red. That's how we get this darker yellow. Okay, something else I wanted to show you. Notice and observe. You do not need to color in the whole item. It looks really cool if sometimes there's some clear, so it doesn't really show up on camera, but this stripe in here is white. So feel free to purposely not put paint in some areas. It makes it look interesting. Okay, so next, after the yellow, is we're going to be doing the metal can, which is the reason why we need clear water. So if you have any kind of pinkish water, go ahead and get up and get yourself some new water. I'm going to go do that. I'll be right back.
They're frozen. Every time I do a different flower.
My parents are getting ready for my sister's graduation.
Oh, cool. How old is she? How old is she?
She's 14. She's graduating from JM. She's going into Campo Lindo High School.
So is she in high school? She's not going.
No, she's going. Well, she's going into high school. She's in.
Oh, cool. I'm
she's
going into 5th grade.
Ooh, cool. I'm
So am
third.
I. What grade
Is
is
yours
yours going?
fun?
You know, an old girls' school. 4th. I mean, if you know all the stuff, it's pretty fun.
Because Yeah, I'm going into 4th.
Oh, cool.
All
Looks
right,
really good.
I'm back.
Lily,
Time
looks
for,
really good.
time for noticing and observing the watering can. Let me see if I can do
Wait,
that.
I need new water.
You guys ready for really turning on your detective eyes?
Wait, I need new water.
Okay.
Oh no. Okay. This is okay. I'll be right back.
Okay. So,
I'm gonna make my watering can like blue.
okay. This is still gonna apply to you, Lily. Everything I say, every time you hear the word black, substitute blue. So everything I say is gonna be the same, okay? What do I mean by that?
Okay.
So the color is very, very light. In fact, it's like dirty water. In our case, dirty water black, dirty water gray. Yours is going to be dirty water blue. So I have a lot of water, and we're going to do section by section. We're going to start with this big centerpiece first. We're going to do wet on wet. So we're going to paint just water in this whole area. I love how Avery's watching. This whole area. Then we're going to just put, then we're gonna just dip our paintbrush in the black, and we're gonna put it right in the water until the water is gray. Then we're just gonna paint, and remember we have that shine mark right on the other side of the shine. And then we're just gonna paint with the dirty water. The only place there's color, you might have to go back in and just give a little dot of black in here. And then this side is a little darker. Otherwise, it's just almost.
So just so just paint the whole like outside like square part like gray or like dirty water gray.
Yeah, it's dirty water though. It's hardly any color. So we're gonna start first. Just painting water in the section, the biggest section of your can. And we are not putting water on the shine mark. We want to keep that shine mark white. Wherever you have water, color is going to go.
So
That big
are
fire.
we coloring our whole can right now?
Paint the biggest section you've got, just so you get the hang of it. Some people have multiple stripes. Some people have different stripes. So
Okay. I'm very
just
confused.
the biggest section you have, and we're painting it with water.
Oh wait, we're painting it with water?
Yes. Who asked that question? That means you're not listening.
The big section I have is right here.
Yeah, that's it. The biggest section you have.
Dude, I just painted it blue.
That means too much blue, not enough water. Go ahead. That's it. Dap it up. You got it.
It's still blue.
Well, keep dabbing it. Remember, I said dirty water, just mostly water, tiny, tiny bit of paint.
Yeah.
You know, it's a learning process.
My aunt's here. I'm sorry. I really want to go see her because she came. I haven't seen her in like 2 years.
Okay, we'll see you in a bit. So so Avery, you got the same set, right? I've got water on here already. I'm gonna go find my black. I think it's this one at the very end.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna put a little dot on my paintbrush and go back and dip it in my water first before I put it on the can.
Wait, what?
Just dip in black, and then dip in water with the black on it,
Okay.
and then put it on the edge. Put it on the outside of your
Like
can.
what?
Right here. Can you see?
Like where the sign mark is?
On the farthest, near the handle. The farthest edge.
I'm trying my hardest to get this blue out.
It wasn't my aunt. It was my sister's friend.
Mhm. Okay.
But they were dressed up really fancy. It was really cool.
So you see how I just put a little bit of dot, a little dot right here? Little dot of gray. So see, does that make sense to you? Over here, and then a dot of gray here, and just slightly move it with the water.
Like this?
Yeah, exactly. Is the whole area wet?
Yes.
Okay, and then just take it and try to move some of it with the water, but you're leaving it mostly water. It's very little color. It's really probably the lightest gray you can make.
See, here was the difference when I close it because Dad's going to wash it. He has a ladder. Okay. The lightest.
Okay.
So I did the gray on the watering can. What else should I do?
All right,
Because I did the wet on
So
the
you're gonna do, yep, I'm looking at Valeria. You're on the right track there. Awesome. So
Yes.
Valeria, you're probably gonna need a little bit, Valeria, you're probably gonna need
What
a
else should
little,
I do?
I can hear you.
you need to put a little bit of black right along this edge. You did awesome on one side.
Is this good?
Do the other side now.
Is this good?
Hold on, I'm talking to somebody. Okay, so you want to make sure there's like dark on both sides because that's where the shadows are. Okay, now I'm ready, Lily. That's super dark water. That's way too dark. Look at the color of my water.
Is this like
Almost
this? This is
Yes, that's it. That's it, Avery. You got it. Yep. And then Avery,
do I go all around?
right up here underneath the arm,
Mhm.
do the same thing
Yeah.
right here. Yep.
Okay.
How about Sosie? Can I look at yours?
Oh, that's great. Elise, come on.
Oh yeah. So then you yep, you and you can add you're on the right track. Just add a little bit more color on the sides. All the way down. So right in here. Sosie, can you see? Sosie? Right here.
So, do we do it up here too?
Well, no, only on the can. So I'm going to do in between my stripes. I'm going to do here. Anywhere I have a stripe is going to be just metal. So next piece I'm going to do is below my stripe with the nickel circles.
I just found out the coolest thing.
So, do I do it like in here between
Yes.
this stripe?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. That's good.
Much better. Yep. It's lighter.
If you take out this out of your thing,
Uh-huh.
there's more mixing areas under it.
Ah, thanks for sharing that. Cool.
Isn't that cool?
Mrs. Kenny.
It's kind of hard.
Yes, Valeria.
So wait, no. Oh wait. Can I see your paper?
Sure. Hold on just a second.
And then can I show you mine?
Yeah. Hold on. I know
Oh,
I
so
got too much black on this one side, so I'm blotting it up with my paper towel.
That's
There you go. That's what I got so far.
Can I show you mine?
Sure, I'd love to. Yeah, that's it. You're on the right track. And then the very bottom line needs to be darker. Mine's not there yet because that would be a little bit more shadowy too. Just the very bottom.
Would I do that too?
Yes, please.
Like the whole thing, or just like a line?
Yeah, because it's got the shadow on the bottom. So that would be the very darkest.
When you're done. White in my white, literally. Look.
Yep, see mine?
Okay, good.
A little dark in there.
That's way too. I actually dang it. My white turned gray. Way too dark. Way too dark. Literally.
Yeah, if it's too dark, then use your paper towel to try to pick it up.
Okay.
This is probably the hardest thing about watercolors is to make a light color. Most people
Yes.
need a lot of practice. It just, that's all it is practice. That's why I call it dirty water, because it's really almost not like having any color. And there's a lot of pushing water.
After you paint it all with water, can we paint it with our color that we want the can to be?
Yes. Did I just lose somebody? I heard somebody disappear. Who disappeared?
Will left. Will.
Will left. Okay, thanks.
Okay. So can I start?
Yes.
Coloring my flowers with the paint?
Did you paint the watering can handle and the nozzle?
No.
No.
We're doing the whole can, so you probably need more gray. We're doing the whole can, and we're also doing those circles on your can if you put circles on yours.
Are we doing the whole can now, basically?
Yes. Yes. So if you want your stripes to be colored, you can do that. I'm going to keep my stripes white, but if you want to make them colored, you certainly can.
Any color you want?
Well, yeah. Think about the colors that you're going to have in your composition. We're going to, if you're going to follow like mine, I have blue flowers, purple flowers, yellow flowers, orange flowers. So you probably want to keep those colors.
No.
So here's mine, just to remind you. This is, so I decided I was going to do my circles blue. But
Can we decide whatever color we want?
yeah, I would just suggest it be one of the colors that you have in your flowers, just so it all the colors pull together, but it's your choice.
Like on the
Don't forget to
circles,
paint,
can we do any color?
yes, don't forget to paint your handle and your the shower arm. So the shower arm is going to have the same kind of thing going in, the shower head. So Avery, since I know you're following along so well, you want to just look at this. It's darker where it meets the can, and it's darkest on the underside of the shine. This is the darkest part. So same thing, wet on wet. I'm going to wet everywhere except the shine mark. Dark where it meets the can and underneath.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Oh, dang it. The heck?
If you drop water on your paper by accident, just blot it up. I just did that. Just pick it up with the paper
Me
towel.
too.
Yeah, it happens sometime. Put your colors and your paint on the same side that you use to draw with. That way it's less likely to have a drip. Yes, Valeria?
Can I color the little dots the same color as you did them?
Of course. Yeah, this is artist choice.
What is mom doing? Or somebody's doing? Oh my gosh. Coloring my water can. I'm gonna do my leaves. Oh goodness me. I'm just gonna take forever. Oh, any water.
So I have way too much water on mine. I'm just dotting it up.
Oh, I'm doing my dots. You could do it whatever you want. Yeah, I did pink. Oh my god. I did my spring leaf.
Go. How are you doing, Sosie? You haven't seen yours in a bit. You doing all right? Nope. Some people are frozen. Sosie, can I see yours?
Oh.
Let's just bring it a little higher. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah. Nice work. Nice work. Yep. Yep. Looking good, Valeria. Awesome. I love it. Looks great.
I want to finish coloring the flowers.
Okay, I have one suggestion for you, Valeria. I noticed on yours. Can I give you a suggestion?
Yeah.
So notice and observe on yours. This section right down here is a little black. I love how you tried to give it some darkness, but it's a tiny bit black. So go with a clean brush and go right over the black and try to wipe some of it off. It's a tiny bit dark.
Can I use that thing? Are you allowed to finish?
So anytime you have too much paint, you can go with clear water and try to lift some of the color off by just brushing it again and then cleaning off your brush. Yes, Logan.
Are you allowed to be coloring your flowers?
Yes, have you finished your can?
Yes.
Awesome. I didn't do my handle yet. But one other thing I wanted to point out about the handle, let me get the sample again. The handle has a shadow in it. All these shadows. Remember we have this separate line right here? So this section is darker. Underneath would be dark. So it's medium gray and then darker gray under the handle would be darker.
Please.
Can you see that, Logan? Right here. That's darker.
Right there.
Yep. And then don't put any color in that shine mark. Try to keep it white.
Please. Okay. I painted over my shine mark.
If you paint over it, no big deal.
I painted over a shine mark.
No big deal.
Okay.
It's all good.
I saved the shine mark by putting white on it.
Oh, that works. Oh, you got white paint too. I forgot about that.
Can I do any of my flowers?
Yes, after you finish your can, you can work on the flowers.
And can we color them whatever color we want?
Yes, you can. Because the daffodil is always yellow when we finish that. And we got our 2 pink flowers. So now it's up to you. I'm going to do my 5 heart petal one purple, but you can choose whatever you like. And then I'm going to do my little mini hydrangeas, kind of a blue color.
Me too. I'm doing them the color that the circles.
Perfect. Because that's what they are. They're kind of purplish blue.
Purplish blue.
And that's one of the reasons why I chose purple as my 5 heart color, because what 2 colors mixed together make purple? Who knows that blending? What two colors mixed together makes purple?
Me.
Okay, Valeria?
Red and blue.
That's right.
Can I do the stems?
So pink and blue make purple. That's why I'm going to do the 5 color one purple. Yes, the stems will be the last thing you do. So paint your flowers first,
That's the last thing you do.
then the big leaves,
Wait, what is that?
and
flower?
then the stems.
That one. No. Elise. Yeah. No, you don't have to. No, I got it. You don't have to. Yeah, she didn't say you have to.
Is there a question?
It's very quiet.
It is quiet. That means there's some concentration going on. That's not a bad thing. My handle's too black. I'm going to go blot some of it out.
Okay.
There we go. Much better. Things to think about when you're doing the leaves. The daffodil leaves are more yellowish green. So you would have mostly yellow and a tiny bit of green for the daffodil leaves if you want them to be realistic. And the tulip leaves are a dark green. They're almost a blue green, actually.
Wow.
They're much darker than the daffodil leaves. And remember, the daffodil leaves are the skinny, long ones, and the tulip ones are kind of the fat ones with the points.
Water.
Not bad. Let me know if you have questions. I'm right here with you. I think that's working.
We'll do this one.
So can everyone see that when you have wet on wet, it's easier to blend colors? They spreads easier than if it's what we call wet on dry. When it's just the paint on dry paper, it doesn't blend as easy. Because the paper starts sopping it up right away, just like sucks up all that color. So you can't blend as well when you do a dry on, a wet on dry paper. It doesn't blend that well.
Okay. Wow, that's so really good. How do you make purple again?
Who wants to share how you make purple?
Me.
Okay, Logan, go for it.
Blue and red.
That's correct, but it's mostly red and a tiny bit of blue because blue is a strong color. So it's mostly red. Mostly red and just a little bit of blue, unless you're doing like a violet, a deep purple. Then there's more blue in it.
I love that you can mix colors and they make another.
Isn't that amazing?
So cool.
Who knows what the 3 primary colors are? What all colors are made from? 3 primaries. Sosie.
Blue, red, and yellow.
That's right. Blue, red, and yellow. Okay, what 2 colors mixed together makes green? Valeria.
Blue and yellow.
That's right. So if you want a light green, it's mostly yellow and a tiny
And
bit
a little bit of
blue.
blue.
Oh, Avery, it's looking great. Wow, that's amazing. Wow. Lucy, yes.
What color do you want me to make? Orange.
I would love you to make orange.
Red and yellow. It will.
Yes.
You know what helps me with colors? I always remember them, but what helps you is you could also just it's just easy colors. It's 3 of the colors in the rainbow. So just the color in between that is the color that yeah.
Oh, so if you memorize what the rainbow looks like, that helps you realize what 2 colors get mixed together?
Yeah.
Ah, that's a great tip. A lot of people don't know the order of the rainbow colors, but if you know that, you're ahead of the game. Nice. So Avery, I have one suggestion for you. Ready? When I looked at yours, I noticed that you still have some space where the flowers meet the watering can that's empty because you didn't draw anything there, and that's fine. But there's a trick that artists have. So let me show you what I
Sorry
mean.
about that.
Let me see if I can find a place on mine that I can show you.
You froze, so I couldn't hear what you were saying.
Oh, okay. So I noticed that you had some empty space like in here. So you can pretend that there's some greenery in there by just taking mostly water and the tiny bit of green and filling it in like kind of bushy, because there probably would be some green leaves in there in real life. So just go and put a little bit of light green in the area where it's empty, near the can. Does that make sense? Near the can?
Yes.
Artists do that all the time. It just helps the bouquet look more full, even though we don't have actually something drawn in there.
I think mine looks good.
How's everybody else doing?
Good.
Good?
Good. Get this right here. Get this right.
My brother had a little bit of drama, so I had to.
Little drama.
Not a little, a lot. He called my mom a bad word, but he's a little kid, so it wasn't that big.
That's drama. So Lucy, you're going to a brother's graduation tomorrow? Is that what I heard?
Is this good?
I'm going to my sister. Oh my gosh, I have so many graduations. Today we got a restaurant, some restaurant food, and it's called Yala, and we're gonna eat it, and we're inviting family over, and my aunt is coming who lives far away, and we're gonna be eating that food with everybody, and she's gonna be really fun.
So who's graduating and what grades?
Mia and my sister named Mia.
And what
She's
grade is
14 and she's in 8th.
Ah, very
Wow.
nice. That's exciting.
My sister's in 8th grade.
And she's graduating.
Graduation, yeah. I'm gonna be at grad night on Friday night, Valeria. So I'll see you there. I'm gonna be there.
Wait, you're gonna be there?
I'm gonna come, yeah.
Wait, is it Friday night or Saturday night?
Well, grad night, I think maybe that might be for just the graduates. I don't think the sisters and brothers come to that. So graduation is Saturday, but then there's a celebration on Friday night. So I'm gonna
There's a limit of people that
Memories night. I'm not going.
Yeah, now that I think about it, that's just for adults and graduates. No siblings at the Friday night thing. I forgot.
No, I'm going.
Yeah, yours is different. Yours is a different event that St. Perpetua does it a tiny bit different.
Can I finish your green? I can't find mine. Oh! Okay, because we're at the end. Yeah, I'm at the end already. Yeah. Is this like the greenery?
Oh, exactly. Lovely. Okay, so one other thing I want to say.
Is this good? Can you switch it?
Yeah. Don't forget the handle on the watering can.
I did.
Looks great though.
I did it.
Okay, and don't forget, I think Avery, you might not have filled in your shower head where the water comes out.
I filled it in, but
Oh,
it's
did you? I couldn't see. It's a very light color. Yeah.
Do it a little bit darker.
Oh, and there's one other tip I want to make sure we give, and that's the shadow. We need a shadow where the watering can is on the ground.
I put the shadow.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Another trick. I'll show you what I mean by that. So what am I going to do my shadow? My shadow is going to be like a gray blue. Mostly gray. Let's see, do I like that? That works. And you got to decide where the sunlight is, and the shadow is in the opposite direction. So that's almost too light. You might not even be able to see it. Let me make it a little darker.
I'm done.
The shadow is almost like dirty water painting.
Dirty water. That's so good, Lily. Thank you. I just need
I
to
love
dab
the
it.
compliments. That's so nice. So here's my shadow. Can't see it on that one. Let me show you on the other one.
Yours is very good too.
So you see how that can has cast a shadow? So you would have some kind of like dirty water puddle.
My name.
Little dirty water puddle down underneath the handle and the back corner of the can.
Why is there a puddle?
Well, it's actually a shadow, but I'm calling it a puddle. It's just a shadow that's on the ground. So
Is this our last week of art camp?
this is the last day of after school art.
Oh wow.
Yeah, then I move into doing camps. 5 mornings a week. Ooh, that's way too dark.
I put the dirty water puddle.
There you go. That's the shadow.
Rainbow. I can make a rainbow with a paper towel.
There you go. Okay. Let's take some of mine up. Yeah, that's better. Okay, while you guys are painting, I do want to ask you one last question because it is the last day. Oh, Sosie, beautiful. Lovely, so nice. And remind me, I want to take a picture of everybody, wherever you're at. Oh yeah, girls, nice job. So I'm gonna share the screen again because I want to talk about all the lessons we did.
Wait, can we show you ours?
Let's do, you want to do a group picture right now? Let's do that. That way we'll have that done. Let me get my camera out. Let's get everybody in here. Wherever you're at, let's see the beautiful artwork. Ready, Lucy?
Sorry.
No worries. Oh my gosh. You guys, you totally nailed this. I can't even get over it. Give me a good smile. Give me a good smile. I put it on Facebook. One more time. Ah. Definitely make sure your mom send me some photographs of these. They are outstanding. Outstanding.
Always, my mom always. does
Yes,
that.
your mom has been awesome about that, Avery. Thank you so much to your mom. So if you notice you can't see the outline of your watering can, then you can go do it in Sharpie later. You don't need to do it now, but you can do it in Sharpie. And I think the daffodil, everybody look up for a second. Looking up.
I don't need to, because the daffodil, I'm not doing it.
Oh yeah, you're not doing the daffodil. You only have tulips. But the daffodil definitely needs some Sharpie to give it some definition. So I recommend the daffodil and the border of the watering can for Sharpie. But
Okay. Wait. So the
yes.
So the border of the watering can. Could I outline this in Sharpie? I think
Yeah, because the watering can would be very sharp. We're using a Sharpie for a sharp line. In fact, if you have a ruler, you can even trace the ruler with the Sharpie too, give it a nice sharp line.
Do you have to do the Sharpie?
No, it really depends upon if you have some contrast. If you don't want to, this is when the artist gets to decide. Okay, totally up to you.
Okay.
Great question. All right, so I'm going to go back because I wanted to ask you guys. Come on, baby. My computer, there we go. So here are the projects from this season. We started off with that llama mama, Lucy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I remember that.
Oh yeah. And then we did the dragonfly and the hummingbird, and the week before that was the cute little critter, the sloth, and today and last week is the watering can and flower. So I'd like everyone to take a turn and tell me what their favorite was and why. So Lily, I saw your hand first.
Okay.
Oh, she's gonna show us
Okay.
on her refrigerator.
I really like the llama, and this one.
That dragonfly?
And I really love the flower pot.
Makes me so happy. Good. So you had quite a few favorites. Nice. Okay, next we'll do Logan. What's your favorite?
My favorite was this one.
Oh, yay! Terrific. And how about you, Valeria?
My favorite was this one and the firefly. If I did the llama or the hummingbird, out of those two, I would pick the hummingbird.
Oh, cool. Now, I did send your mom the video, so if you want to do them.
Yeah, I'm going to do them.
Cool. And ask your mom to send me pictures, because I don't think I have any pictures of the ones that you did by yourself. So that'd be great to have some more pictures of your work.
I haven't done them yet.
Okay, I get it. Okay. Avery, yes, what was your favorite?
I like the dragonfly, and because when my mom was little, her grandpa told my mom that when he passed away, that the dragonfly would stand for him.
Oh,
That's why I like that one.
that is so sweet. Can I share a story with you? So my older brother passed away already, and we say that he's a dragonfly. So when a dragonfly visits my family, we feel like my brother is with us. So just like your grandpa, same way. So that's special, isn't it? Yeah, that's really nice. Wonderful. Okay, who else have we not heard from? Lucy. Yeah, go ahead.
My favorite was the same thing as Valeria, but I really like the hummingbird too.
Did I get a picture of your hummingbird? I don't know if I got a picture. I don't remember. In fact, on that note, I want to see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find it somewhere. I had a hummingbird.
But I am done with my whole entire picture. Wait,
Finish the whole thing?
couple more X's.
Yeah, I'm done with my whole entire thing.
Wow, you guys rocking it. Okay.
This is mine.
Wait, I need a better brush.
All right. So
mine.
I'm going to stop sharing because I want a better picture. Let me see. Wow. Okay. I hope you guys definitely take pictures of this work. You far, far exceeded my expectations, which means you did better than I thought you would do. Totally amazing, every single one of you. And if you put it in a picture frame, have your mom send me one because I just can't get over you guys. Totally. Okay, I'm getting a picture of each one of you individually now. So Avery, you're up first. Give me a good smile, Avery. Give me a good smile. All right, and then Lily. Nice. And now for Logan and Valeria. Oops, am I frozen? Oh, there we go. Logan and Valeria. Hold on. Logan and Valeria. Look at those. No teeth on Valeria. And Lucy, you ready? Up.
Okay.
Bye. Have a good summer.
Thank you. You too, guys. I'm going to get Lucy's picture. Nice. There we go. Well done, everybody. I hope you had fun. Did we have fun? Rule number 4. We have fun.
What?
Good. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.